stream. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure, but now I'm back, and I'm gonna set this poll again. So start. Yeah. Starting Q&A. Actually, here I'm gonna do start chat messages. Okay. You know what? Yeah. Kind of challenge collaborations. Collabs. Would you like to see? Okay. Start Q&A. Let's try it out. Howdy, howdy. Again, welcome back. You know, one of the biggest things that come to my mind is, for example, in Kuwait, we're going to spend time. We're visiting our friend who is a Red Bull athlete in the Rally Dakar motocross. You know, he's doing like a he's riding bikes in the desert basically, and they have all the setup. So they're doing like a very interesting stuff there, and like doing something with him. Like I'm thinking how to put that, like make a long form video, not only just live streaming. Obviously there's going to be live streaming, we're going to go live and we're going to have a lot of fun, but also thinking about long form videos. Let's wait for people a little bit, okay? So let's wait for people to for them to engage more. I never did like a Q&A like this, so I'm just trying to move that thing. Tell me, how does it look? Is this thing, is the question right above my head? Does it look that way, like I see it, or it looks different for you? Hook up a GoPro on his bike for a lap around the track. Yeah, well, gonna do that. That's a good idea. I was also thinking to do like an exchange, like a type of collaboration. When you say, let's say I'm like, okay, this is my friend Mo, I'm gonna teach him boxing first, so I'm gonna train him boxing and always all the bloopers, all that kind of stuff, and then he's gonna, which is even more hardcore, teach me how to, you know, put the equipment, ride the motorcycle myself, and yeah, like make a video out of it. What do you think about that idea? You know what? I'm gonna just put this thing away because I don't know, for some reason it just, I don't think it works. Also, let me know, guys, if the connection is good, if everything is well with the connection. I would rather do poll again. So start a poll, and would you want to see me riding a motorcycle? Okay, Let's do it this way. I think anything and everything you do will be badass. So as long as you don't get hurt. That's a fair point. Thank you, Kyla. Yeah, I don't really want to get hurt. I think that makes sense. And we're quite careful with those things. For example, here in Vietnam, even though everyone rides scooters, and that's like a primary transport, very comfortable, very fast within the city, we don't do that. Because I already know some people who just had a crush, and I know one athlete, a street workout athlete, a great guy, broke his leg in few spots, fortunately survived, he's doing well, but like got the damage that he needs a year at least to recover now, and already got skinnier, already lost some muscle mass, all that kind of stuff. So no, it's not worth it. When I'm saying that I want to do like boxing, competitive boxing, stay in shape, all that kind of stuff, like why would I put myself in this situation on the roads where it's like not even up to me, but it's just could be someone else's mistake. So when it comes to the like motocross in the desert, the risks of someone hating me would be zero. Also, we would wear full equipment. Also, I'm not gonna guarantee you that I would do it fast. Okay, I'm not gonna ride fast. Like I never rode motorcycles in a fast way. I always like to cruise and just get comfortable in the speed. So that might not be the fastest performance, but that will be just my attempt to get back into motorcycle, just enjoy it basically. And yeah, I think that's gonna go well. It's not gonna be bad. But anyways, more people watching, and as I said, so in Kuwait, there's gonna be very interesting people. Not only motorcycling, just do one of the things that we might be able to do. But like collaborations like that, when I have someone who are also very good and efficient in their field, and let's say I teach them boxing, like I was saying with our friend Mo who is a Red Bull athlete in Kuwait, who are we gonna visit in the end of this month. Imagine like a video where I'm like, okay, now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do boxing first, then I'm gonna teach you boxing, and with all the bloopers and all the joking and fun. And same with the motorcycle. He's gonna teach me how to get on the motorcycle, ride in the desert, equipment, all that kind of stuff. I think that could be a cool video on its own. You have a day job? Yes, I do. I'm a personal trainer and I work online, but it's a free schedule. Hi Matt. Hello friend, nice to always come here to visit. Thank you very much, and I'm glad you're here. Oh yes, ride a motorcycle. Okay, well Paul is there. You can vote for yes. That's a great video idea, Logan says. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's probably gonna be cool. I would watch it. I think I would watch it if someone is like, okay, well, I was gonna do some boxing martial arts first and then some riding motorcycles in the desert. That could be awesome. I haven't rode dirt bikes in a few years, but I grew up riding. I miss it, but can be very dangerous when others are being idiots. Exactly. Well, fortunately, what I've seen them doing, they're doing it like it's like massive desert, and even in the videos, I think they rather do it. They don't do racing. Sometimes they just do like a performing on their own and do different stuff. And obviously, I wouldn't race with anyone. At least that's what I think. She's in South Africa. No, that's Vietnam, guys. What country are you? I'm from Georgia, and Vietnam is the country I'm in. And I'm not ignoring you, Caleb. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat. I like to watch other athletes try boxing. Yeah, that can be fun. It's Magnus Midtbø, the Norwegian guy who is professional mountain climber. He has very cool videos, and he's trying some hardcore stuff. He even did some military training, like French Legion and stuff like that, so, which was awesome to see, like his physicality and his level of preparation. But also, you saw him training with Eddie Hall, and how Eddie was like damn, like his back, like his horizontal rows were on point, like he was strong, like he was like almost lifting the same weight as the Eddie Hall, and he was like genuinely impressed. So it's cool to watch that kind of content. I personally really do like it. Sup, gingers are undercover aliens. That's funny. Georgia is a cool country. Yeah, thank you very much. I mean, I love Georgia. I'm from Georgia. As I said, there are some questions about Magnus Carlsen. No, Magnus Carlsen is the runner that we're talking about. Like Midtbø, I think that's his surname, if I'm not mistaken. Magnus Midtbø. Look it up. He's the mountain climber. Full throttling in an open field is the best feeling. I've never rode in sand, but I bet it's a lot of different. Super sleepy. I mean, yeah, that might be a challenge, but we'll see. Oh yeah, Magnus is sweet. Tell him to do a SAS training. I mean, I bet if he gets access, he will. And he did quite a lot of military. He did military training with I think Navy SEALs, with the Norwegian Army, with French Legion. That was one of the recent ones, and yeah, we're probably gonna witness that too. Okay, and keep scrolling up, guys. Yeah, careful with the sandbags, guys. It's easy to hurt your wrists. Do you warm up before punching sandbags? Just generally, or always warm up my wrists. Magnus Carlsen is sorry, yeah. I'm very bad with names, okay? Sometimes I just mix up the names, so yeah, I guess it is how it is. So Magnus Carlsen is the chess player, the famous chess player. I'm not really watching chess, but I remember that guy, the jeans guy, yeah, like he likes to wear jeans. But there are some other Norwegian athletes. So one is like a triathlon long distance, the highest VO2 max recorded in the world, that guy. And another one is like a track and field athlete, also very good at the like 5K and 10K or lower than that distances. Okay, I'm keep scrolling up, trying to keep my answer short, guys. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, 58% say that they would want me to see riding a motorcycle. Okay, that's fair enough. I used to ride motorcycle. Not a big motorcycle because of my age limitation. I had 125cc Keyaway RKS. Yeah, that was the type of motorcycle. It looks like a street motorcycle. And I loved taking trips, like, and Georgia is a small country, so you can take like a couple hour trips away from the city. That's what I would do. Hello, hi everyone, guys. Thank you very much for being here. Feel free to ask questions and also give your ideas. Like, my channel is about boxing training. I like trying new things. I like engaging with people, singing, art as well. So the main question for me now is to do long form content, and I wasn't very good at it before. I was just basically taking quantity over quality, but it worked for YouTube. Now I want to focus more on quality and make it actually engaging and interesting for you. Feeling weak after blood donation, well, you gotta rest. That always feels dizzy. Okay, guys, please don't spam. I boxed out at ABC when younger. It's cool. Drink water, yeah, stay hydrated. And okay, Kiran, sorry, I'm gonna put you on the timeout. I'm putting you on the timeout because, as I said, I encourage you not to spam, please. I would appreciate that a lot. What vitamins should I take? Multivitamin, omega-3, extra some depleting minerals like magnesium, D vitamin depending where you are, if you're in the colder countries and darker countries there. And yeah, that's pretty much like a basic, but it's also like get the blood work done and make sure that to see what is your deficiencies. And supplementation is like addition. You also gotta eat clean. Who's your favorite boxer? There are many favorite boxers. Tyson is all-time favorite. Roy Jones Jr., Bernard Hopkins, Manny Pacquiao, Alexander Usyk, Lomachenko, Triple G, Canelo, Barrera, Antonio Barrera, Isaac Cruz, Gervonta Davis. In female, I mean, Katie Taylor is great. Clarissa Shields is cool. I was actually rewatching her highlights and I was like, okay, let's give that woman a props. Like, she's great. She's way better than everyone in her weight class. And yeah, there's so many. There's so many. Muhammad Ali, obviously. Who else do we have? Like, we have then older ones like Sugar Ray Robinson. I think he was like the outstanding, like he was the first one who kind of changed the course of the boxing. So there are many, as I said, trying to keep my answer short, guys. Have you tried any other martial arts? You said you're a boxer. I'm curious if you know any other martial arts. I tried. I did karate before boxing. Then I did BJJ after boxing. I did some BJJ, but I never got the belt. Never stick that long. First of all, due to injuries, I broke my pinky toe on the mat, and like that sounds like a small injury, but I couldn't get back for months. And then after that, I already was doing something else with my time. I trained a little bit wrestling and MMA in the periods when we just hang out together, like fighters, boxers, wrestlers, and we just invite each other to each other's gyms and train together. And yeah, basically that was my experience with everything else. Where are you from? You're very cute. Thank you. I'm from Georgia, the country. From what country you arrived to Georgia? No, I'm from Georgia and now I'm in the Vietnam. So I arrived from Georgia to Vietnam. What's up from New Zealand? Hi, New Zealand. Wow, you know your boxing. I mean, I'm just, I love boxing and I love practicing it. Matt says magnesium, folic acid, nitric acid, creatine. Oh yeah, I missed creatine. Creatine is a great supplement. Calcium, one of the depleting ones. Vitamin C, all the B vitamins. Well, vitamin C, A, E, and B groups are commonly in the, like you can get the multivitamin and maybe get an extra on top as well. At least that works for me. George Foreman. Yeah, I mean, that's why I hate that question when they say the first. George Foreman is one of my favorite heavyweights, like out there. Both personality, boxing, like, and okay, hear out the little story. I gotta tell you that. So yesterday I was training my personal client. She's a dentist assistant in California. She's like around 60 years old, and we're talking about something, and she brings up the story. Her mom used to be a dentist assistant as well, doing the same job. and it's like in the 60s/70s. So one day, Mr. Foreman, George Foreman, steps in the thing, and like they were like, oh, he was so big and so polite, like a gentle giant, very nice and very polite. And like, you know, he was one of his, that was a period of his active career. So he came for the dental procedure, but he was scared of the needles, so he was holding my client's mother's hand all the time, and he was like, you know, just waiting for it to be over. And that's what I find a lot with this very strong big man. Like, they're ready to get heat in their face. They're like can conquer the world, but there's might be certain things like, you know, needle or something that they're like getting freaking out. And so yeah, like she's been saying that he's being wonderful, very nice person, but also he was very adorable when he was like scared of that little needle. Again, you believe it or not, it's your choice, but that's quite a sweet story about George Foreman. Okay, I'm keep scrolling up, guys. Traditional Greco-Roman wrestling is still great. Shapes up the great body, and it's a great sport. Do you have a favorite martial arts over the others? I find every martial art appealing in their own ways. To me, boxing is not even martial art exactly, it's more like a sport, but boxing is number one because I do boxing, I specialize on it, and yeah. What time is in your area? It's 11:31. Yeah, p.m. Sorry, a.m. Hi from UK. How is Vietnam out there? It's very hot, very humid, but it's very great. It's wonderful. Thank you to my answer. Welcome. Can I be moderator, please? Okay, Night Rock. Let's try. Add as a moderator, standard moderator. Okay, I added you as the moderator. Oh, you look different. What a great story, so cute. Can I ask your age? I am 25 years old. So at Mets, it's 9:31 p.m. So yeah, US, that's a night. Probably it is East Coast. Vietnam food is the best. I absolutely love Vietnamese food. And that's also, they're skinniest nation in the world, and I think the food quality has its contribution in that fact. Hello dear from Mexico. Hi Mexico. I hope you smile after reading my comment. I do smile. Thank you for making me smile. When will you ride the motorcycle? Whenever we arrive to Kuwait. Maybe not straight away, but all the motorcycles are in the Kuwait with our friends who is a Red Bull athlete in motorcycling, basically. And have a little patience. It's gonna be awesome. Oh my God, you ignored. I'm not trying to ignore anyone, so yeah, guys, you can ask the question again if I missed that question, okay? Would you want to see me riding a motorcycle? Yeah, 66% say yes. What kind of motorcycle? Off-road. I'm not I'm not sure if it's enduro bikes, if it's like specific motocross bikes, or like some combination. Not really sure. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be like a student. I'm gonna learn everything about it. But yeah, we'll see there. It's definitely an off-road bike because that they do that on the desert, on the sand. Hi Rebecca, Frosty Cupcake is one of our moderators. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, she says. Hi Diana, hi. I'm glad you're here, hope you're doing well. How are you and where are you from? I'm good, I'm great, and I'm from Georgia, the country, but currently me and my husband here are in Vietnam. Where are you particular from, ma'am? As I said, Georgia, Tbilisi, the country. Greetings, hi. Joey G, very strong, I like him. That's good. I like to practice boxing. That sounds great. Have you tried pho or goi quan? I heard that those are very popular dishes in Vietnam. I tried pho, and you gotta be careful, especially in the north, because northern and southern Vietnamese are quite different. So in the north, you kind of have, if you want to order pho, you say pho, like you have to pho. If you say it in the wrong way, like pho or something, I think it means ho, or something like that. So not exactly sure, but how you pronounce it. But I remember my friend who's from like German Kazakh, so he's German but born in Kazakhstan, but also fluent in Vietnamese. And yeah, I remember him saying that, and it's quite funny. And there's some other foods, like I love bún chả. Bún chả is one of the Vietnamese dishes, and bonnet. It's like pan-fried egg and some beef and some pate, and it's very good. May I ask a weird question? Well, let's try. Is husband ever going to join chat? Not this time. I think he's sleeping. You gotta remember that man works on some crypto stuff at night, and sometimes he's just sleeping a little bit longer. You're cute. Thank you very much. You're so beautiful. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I have to read this one. Are you seeking spiritual solution to solve your problems? Spiritual problems like number 1, readings, 2, cleansing, 3, love spell, 4, lottery spell, 4, 5, pregnancy spell, 6, attraction spell, 7, healing spell. I don't know, guys. If any of you interested, contact that person. Your accent. Thank you. I don't know. People like my accent, and sometimes I used to feel embarrassed because it felt that it's not. I don't know. It's like sounded weird at some point, but I think it's all right now. I love pho, so comforting and delicious. Yes, it is. What advice do you have for a teen who wants to start traveling? Well, I recommend to always travel with someone together, because solo traveling can have its challenges and potential risks. And as a teenager especially, you probably, well, research, watch videos about the countries, always prepare, look into the safety, do the safety measures, and always look into the specific things in the country has, and just just like follow some experienced travelers. I'm not that experienced traveler, honestly. I started traveling since I met my husband. But you gotta prioritize your safety. That's what I mean. Crawford or Canelo? There is a high chance Crawford outboxes Canelo, but it's not 100% sure. UFC all time, pound for pound. How do you think? I cannot answer that question. Sorry. Where you from? I'm from Georgia. Hi from Canada. Hi. No need to be embarrassed. A beautiful accent. Well, you raise up my confidence, guys. So I appreciate it. Yeah, Matt says, response to advice for a teen that wants to travel: be around with people you know and trust, and check in with the embassy and let them know you're in the area. That's a very good advice as well. And yeah, back to the safety. Always prioritize your safety. Make sure you have a safety check. Is it hot there, or is it just your hairs? It is hot. Hey there, traveler. Do you think books or music have been more influential in the world? Both in their own ways. I mean, you cannot even compare. Appreciate your careful attention to chat questions and the sincere effort to engage in the conversation. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's not weird. I swear I want to scroll. I love to see you and enjoying and smiling like a dumb guy. Like, to be honest, I don't much. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, the Frosty Cupcake says, Rebecca says, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, guys, keep scrolling up. Tennessee, hi Tennessee. Do you know Levan Saginashvili? Yes, and I met him personally when I worked in the gym years ago. Very polite and nice guy. Where are you from? I'm from Georgia. I'm looking for a genuine advice. Can you maybe help? Well, ask the question. I'll try. Please share with how you chose to go to Vietnam. You're in Vietnam. Yes, I'm in Vietnam. And well, basically it was my husband's suggestion, and he's been in Vietnam before, and he says like it's very cheap, very good country, and maybe it's probably even better now. And for me, it was like first of all, I will go whenever my husband goes. Like, if he decides to go to the depths of hell, I'm gonna follow him. But also, it was, his suggestion, and I didn't travel that much before. So we've been in Cyprus and India before that, and basically I started traveling together with him more. So I was up to whatever. I was very excited to see South Asia and Vietnam specifically. We also been in Philippines in this meantime. So Vietnam, some of the parts, and Philippines, Manila, Makati. And yeah, that's how we ended up in Vietnam. But definitely it's the country that worth to check, if you really want to, if you have a remote income and you want to be able to save up money and still afford a good lifestyle. Vietnam, Nha Trang specifically, Nha Trang City is one of the greatest options I would say out there. Extremely safe, extremely affordable, and extremely beautiful. Never cutting my hair. Would you like to subscriber only mode on Diana? I'm not sure exactly what is subscriber only mode for live stream or something else. I think, yeah, I'm not sure what to respond to that. Georgia in US? No, Georgia the country. Thank you very much for all the good words. Will you watch the Liza versus Hernandez fight on Saturday? Yeah, I always watch Georgians fight, so I'm gonna look into it absolutely. I hope the Liza wins. I would love to visit Georgia one day. That's great. Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones. I think at this point Tom Aspinall is bigger, he's stronger, he's in the prime. And Jon Jones, well, basically, I think he doesn't have that fighting drive anymore. And the way he retired indicated on that. So I would take Tom Aspinall. Okay, I already responded to Tom and Aspinall question. Your husband speak English? Yes, fluently. Do you practice calisthenics? Some of the elements calisthenics, like I do quite a lot of pull-ups, chin-ups, that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Okay, hi from Philly. Hi. Jon Jones versus Aspinall would have been a good fight. Well, everyone was waiting for that fight, but unfortunately it never happened. Where are you from? I'm from Georgia, the country. Can you do wrestling? Not on a professional level. I gotta have to train wrestling, but when I used to do like a training with the people, I felt very natural in wrestling. I think I like wrestling, and maybe at some point I would do more of it. But right now my focus is boxing. Okay, Habib or Islam? I mean, Islam is way more equipped at fighter. If you compare them, I think Islam is, so far, is one of the best. No, not even one of the best. The best Dagestani fighter, I think, out of the, you know, Dagestani camp. What country? I'm from Georgia, Tbilisi. This is Vietnam, Nha Trang, where I'm at the moment. MMA? Well, I don't do MMA, but we talk quite a lot about MMA. We discuss some stuff. Yair Rodriguez versus Diego Lopez. I mean, not sure about that one. I know, like, I've seen more of the Diego Lopez performance. Seems like a good guy as well. Yair Rodriguez, don't know much about that guy, so I gotta have to look into it. How about Jiu-Jitsu? I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so I know some stuff, but again, on the amateur level. Okay, keep scrolling up, guys, trying to cover all the Canelo versus Crawford. I have a feeling that Crawford might outbox Canelo. Okay. Come to Uzbekistan. One day I will. MMA versus boxing. As a sport, I love boxing. I think I prefer boxing because I do boxing, but I enjoy both MMA and boxing in their own ways. Hi, Indonesia. Ali versus Tyson. Even Tyson was saying that no, like he had a huge respect for Ali, and he looked up to him. But I think Tyson was something of another world. Like, if you think about it, no one ever did clean peekaboo style as great as Tyson did. There are some boxers that use those peekaboo elements, but I don't think that anyone been same as Tyson ever. Are you Orthodox or Southpaw? I'm Orthodox. Pleased to meet you, dear. I have to go to bed. Bless you. Thank you very much. Have a good night, and hopefully see you in the next stream. Canelo by third round knockout. I mean, as I said, I think Crawford outboxes. Outboxing means winning by points, but I think Canelo has a realistic chance on the knockout. I just don't really see, like, Crawford is very, very, like, he switches stances right in the middle. His timing is one of the best timings, I think, in the boxing, so like out there. So we'll see. Oh, your accent, OMG. Thank you. Is he also Georgian? I guess his work requires travel across different countries. No, we're not working on a company or something. We're self-employed, and he does some crypto stuff as well, and so we're quite free birds when it comes to our income and income sources. And he's Norwegian, actually. What's your nationality? I'm Georgian. I'm Georgian, but my mother's side, I'm half Russian, half Ukrainian. So they're like I'm quite a mix. Please show your tattoo. Okay, here's the dragon. A woman's face. It's like the same identity, warrior mentality. I was born according to China's calendar. I'm born at an Iron Dragon year, so that's quite cool. And a katana, just because my tattoo master thought that would look cool. Shields versus Ali. Who wins? Probably Shields. I mean, Ali was great in her own way, but she's like 49 now. I don't know, like age does its stuff, especially in women. Like 49 years old. Well, 49 years old, the only person who unified their title was Bernard Hopkins when he was 49. I think he was like light heavyweight, if I'm not mistaken, in the when he was 48, and then he unified it with like WBA and WBC, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there hasn't been anyone else. Then Manny Pacquiao for that 46 just recently, and that's it. GSP versus Anderson Silva in their prime. I mean, it could go both ways. I just think GSP's mentality is more like his athleticism plus obviously solid. Like he's one of the most well-rounded fighters, I think. But also his mentality. I think Anderson Silva, despite being very very technical, very functional, couldn't break GSP's mentality, I think. Because even some of his toughest fights, like that guy never breaks down. Like he always fights till the end. He always used to fight till the end. Love from New York. Hi. Okay, I'm gonna try to do it rapid. I'm okay. Keep scrolling. As I said, Islam. Comparing to Habib, Habib is great. He opened the door for Dagestani fighters, but I would say Islam, if we compare like as the fighters. Are you married? Yes, I'm married. I also ride motorcycle. That's cool, but be careful. Where are you streaming for? It's Vietnam, Nha Trang, and it's like a coffee shop. Well, I appreciate you being very, very considerate. It's fine. It's an arm tattoo, so there's nothing wrong with showing it. It's the female face, a dragon, and a katana. Do you know Zabit Magomed Sharipov? I have not seen much about him. And you got some boxing knowledge too. Damn. I mean, learning. You gotta learn. You gotta study. A lot of boxing is, to me, it's like history, like learning history. So that's what I do. You're absolutely beautiful, charming woman. Thank you. Appreciate it. All the positive and good words. It's very sweet of you guys. Bro, Chal had Silva on the ground for so long. GSP would make Silva look real bad. I mean, UFC and MMA math is a little bit weird. Like, it has to do a lot with psychological state, what happens in your life. Like, sometimes fighters just don't perform at their best. So I wouldn't say that necessarily. Also, like, yeah, like Chal versus Silva was like that first fight where he actually managed to get him, was it an armbar? I don't remember how Silva submitted, but he was losing that fight clean. If he didn't catch Chal, Chal was winning the fight. So that was one of the memorable moments. Second time, Silva definitely did great. So it really depends. It depends. Sometimes it happens one way or another. Which weight category are you in? I would do flyweight, or even lower, like as low as possible. I'm 54 at this moment, so flyweight in boxing is like around 50 kgs. Where are you from? I'm from Georgia, the country. Okay. I'm trying to respond pretty much to everything. Can you greet in 5 languages? I can, actually. Okay. Gamarjoba, that's Georgian. Здравствуйте. It's Russian, English, hello. Здравия желаю, I think it's Ukrainian. And hello, Norwegian. Hvordan har du det? How are you? Look alike. Hi, hi, hi. Who you got, Hamzat or DDP? And Jace, thank you for donation. Absolutely appreciate it. It helps to grow the channel and just, you know, it's an extra motivation. So thank you very much. Shout out to you. And your question is who you got, Hamzat versus DDP? Hamzat all the way. I mean, the only reason why I think Hamzat might not win, those are kind of the type of fighters that I cannot tell you clearly who's gonna win. Like you were telling me about Hamzat, I think it's kind of 50-50, but depends how the fight goes. I think DDP has a better endurance, better pressure, like volume of the pressure. Hamzat is also quite pressuring fighter, but like volume and consistency. DDP is having one of the great staminas in the entire organization. So if like when you start gassing out, this is when the things end. Like this is when you can't do much, and it's very rare situations when you can flip it around. So if DDP does that and Hamzat does not submit him or knock him out in a first or second round, at least I think it's gonna be hard. But we're free to agree to disagree, and we'll see. Okay, we'll see how it goes. You know Anthony Pettis, the Showtime. Yes, Anthony Pettis was a great fighter. He was the one who started doing. I'm not sure if there was someone before doing that, but he would do like a parkour type of kick, like you know, pushing against the cage, pushing against the cage and throwing the kick. That was cool. Hi, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you. You should learn Mexican judo. Interesting. I probably in the future I'm gonna be able to try a lot of things because I'm meeting a lot of people from the different martial arts. So even for the YouTube, that could be cool. That I would love to try some other stuff, so others could teach me on the video, for example. For first time, thank you very much. Thank you for sharing your travels with your husband and answering my question. Thank you very much, Angelo. That's highly appreciated. Hamzat versus DDP. I already responded to that, guys. As I said, when it comes to the stamina, I would pick DDP, and people underestimate how much stamina means. Every single professional mixed martial artist I know, and boxer and anyone, they from personal experience who been there, who done that, they say, oh man, work on your stamina, your endurance, your VO2 max, your cardiovascular endurance. That's gonna help you to win. Muay Thai, and 51 watching since day one. That's great. Love you. Thank you very much, guys. As I said, trying to read through everything. You still live? Yes, I'm in the live now. Okay, guys, please don't spam. Okay, that's a little bit Vishal. I like stop spamming, please, because otherwise I'm gonna have to put you on the timeout. I understand that you're being nice, but yeah, Henderson versus Pettis, the Showtime kick was born. Thank you for pointing out, because I didn't remember which fight was that. Okay, I keep scrolling up, guys. It's like a lot of hi and a lot of how are you doing, and I appreciate all of you. I'm from Argentina. The people love Russian fighters. I mean, Russian fighters are great. Georgians, Dagestan, like, yeah, pretty much. You cannot take away that from them. Are you a trainer? Yes, I do. I'm training others as well. I type a lot, but I didn't see my comment. I'm sorry if I missed it. It's just like quite a lot to scroll up now, so feel free to write it again, and I hope I see it. I want to come to Ireland. I mean, one day. Watching from Cali. That's great. Thank you. Okay, I'm all the way to the top now. You're beautiful. Thank you. what do you think about gambling? I think gambling, like my husband likes to say, I only gamble with my life. He used to do proximity base like wingsuit flying and base jumping. It's one of the most hardcore extreme sports. So don't gamble with your money and with your, you know, like with your finances. Gamble, yeah, don't gamble with your life either. You missed my comment. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Are you a fighter, boxer? Aloha from Hawaii. Hi. Are you in Greece? No, it's Vietnam. Nha Trang. When you lived in Makati, what do you think? It's my favorite city where when I lived in the Philippines. Angelo asks. Not my cup of tea. Let's say it that way. It was interesting, don't get me wrong. It was interesting for a period, but I wouldn't be able to live there. I'm way more like a small town girl, and Nha Trang, for example, which is 500,000 people, is perfect for me. But it was interesting experience, I would say. 2-3 years in Dagestan and forget. Well, I spent 22 years of my life in Georgia. I was born and lived there before I started traveling. So, yeah, that's even longer. I want to start in Dublin. I mean, good luck with that. I hope you're gonna get there. How much it costs for your braces in USA? Well, in USA it probably costs fortune. In Georgia, however, it costs. I'll tell you. Okay, so the braces itself, like putting on the braces, was let me convert it from gel to US dollar. 1,600 gel, which is approximately $500. Not that much. And then like monthly checkups, which is in Georgia, it's like quite cheap actually. 50 gel is around $20, 25. Okay, keep scrolling up, guys. The accent, where you from? From Georgia. Are you real for sure? Yes. Yes, Georgia is one of the cheapest countries when it comes to tea. So if you do like medical traveling or medical tourism, Vietnam is actually very good too. I found a clinic here that a little bit more expensive than the one that I used to go in Georgia, but still very affordable, very high quality. Also in Vietnam, what they did, like in Georgia, for example, like a 360-degree scan for the upper and lower jaw, like you gotta pay some money, you know, you like just pay money, they do it. But here, when I came there and they had to do the diagnosis, you know, like after they got permission from my dentist that they could keep working on my braces, maintaining it, they did it for free. They just did it as a gift. So here I've noticed that the hospitality is like on another level. I'm going to get the LOR for the university application. As I said, that sounds like a great news, and I wish you the best of luck. Your thoughts on Ilya Topuria? I think he's aiming to be one of the greatest, and he's executing what he's saying. Strong team, good, smart game, following up and executing on the plan very well. And we'll see. Let's hope he's gonna keep doing what he's doing. Hi, Gabriel. Well, welcome to the stream. You're live. Yes, I am. You're so cute. Thank you. How many languages have you have in Georgia? Basically, just Georgian languages, but there are groups of Georgian languages. There's General Georgian, there's Svanetian Georgian, Megrelian Georgian, and I think that's it. I don't know in Batumi. I don't really know dentistry in Batumi because I don't live there. I never lived there. I always mention you are sounding beautiful, at least acknowledge. Yay. Thank you very much. As I said, like I don't want to focus too much on the beauty, like I don't want to focus on too much on that. That's the point. But I really do appreciate all of you saying positive things about my appearance even. The first time I see you, I think you're AI. Maybe I am. You got me. Islam will submit Ilya in first round. Well, don't necessarily think that way. I think Islam actually has more chance to win by a decision. Can they understand each other in the different dialects? No, I don't know how it ended up that way, but I don't understand Megrelian or Svanetian at all. Like, for example, friend in Georgian, generic Georgian, is Megobari. In Svanetian Georgian, it's Mukhbe. Megobari, Mukhbe. And in Megrelian, I don't even know. So, are you French? No, I'm Georgian. Islam versus Ilya is 50-50 for me. I agree. Different game plans. It's different possibilities for them to win, but it's a 50-50 fight. On that level, it is 50-50. What country you would like to visit when you get more money? I mean, just travel more all around. I would love to. One of my one of my dream countries is Norway, but my husband is from Norway, so at some point we'll end up there. Islam will be knocked out in one round. There is a chance for that. I'm not saying it's like necessarily a direct possibility, but it can happen in the first round. Kirill says, me in the state of Georgia, like they gave him like 7,000 price for the braces. That's crazy. That is crazy. Want to watch Dana White and Joe Rogan with, is that possible? I don't know. I mean, that could be fun, but I think they're very good with each other. I would rather watch, I mean, that's like kind of old now, but remember times when Dana White was calling out Tito Ortiz, and he was like genuinely preparing, like in a boxing match, or was the Liver King the one who was basically actually threatening Joe Rogan and essentially got arrested for it? Like, yeah, that's. Anyways, let's move on. Travel costs money. I don't have money. I mean, most of us don't have that much money. It's just like Vietnam. Depends where you're from. Maybe tickets might be more expensive, but the country, if you live here, it's very affordable and it actually gives you ability to save up quite a good money. Okay. Well, let's look at the poll, guys. I'm all the way up in the chat. Yeah, I was talking about Liver King. Do you want to do more? So 68% say that they would want to see me riding motorcycles. That means that video is gonna come up. We're gonna do that video once in the Kuwait, but that's a month ahead at the least. Islam versus Topuria, like GSP versus Hendricks, like Khabib versus McGregor. We won the end. Khabib versus McGregor. Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Kirill says gonna be second in September in Tbilisi, and he's very, very excited about it. Yeah, I mean, that's great. How many UFC fighter have you seen in real? In the real, like live real? Not anyone. Like, have not seen anyone pretty much. Well, if Levan Chokheli does his debut in UFC soon, he's like a Bellator champion now. He's training with Bob, I think, at the moment. Then that's gonna be the person I met personally, and we trained in Georgia, back in Georgia years ago, together in the same gym. But so far, I have not met anyone personally. What is LORR? You gotta have to explain it to me. I've traveled to Sicily, Spain, Israel, and Dubai. Have you gone to any of other countries? No, actually, I haven't been in any other countries. I haven't been in that many countries. I've been in Cyprus, both Turkish and the Greek side. India, few cities. So it's all together with my husband. Now it's Vietnam. Then we've been Philippines. Vietnam, few cities as well. Gonna see a few more other cities. And Kuwait's gonna be next. And I've been in Ukraine and like in the border side of Russia with Ukraine as well. So technically I've been in Russia as well. That's it. And Armenia. I forgot. Armenia and Turkey. I've been in Armenia and Turkey as well. And I actually been in Dagestan. I've been there for for sparrings. There was a competition, but they took me for sparring experiences there, and yeah, that's what I did. Do you speak French? No, I don't. You liking UFC is very attractive to me. No offense. I think that can be attractive to some people. Habib the Eagle, double fighter, maybe. Bonjour, hi. And have you been into Antarctica? No, but I wish I would. Maybe one day. I can't wait till you come to Texas. Yeah, Texas is one of the top list destinations. Prime Tyson Fury, prime John Jones. Who's gonna win? John Jones wins in the MMA for sure. Did you see Arman Tarikian press conference where Vaho was teasing in Russian? No, I have not seen that one. Want to take picture with you? Or if we ever meet somewhere, maybe. Why not? Dagestan, Chechnya. Dagestan is Dagestan and Chechnya is Chechnya. Both belong, are parts of Russia at the moment, but it's different regions. I've been in Chechnya too, passing actually. So we went through Ossetia, Chechnya, and then Dagestan. Chechnya felt very weird. It felt like a ghost town. The Grozno. Georgian, Ukraine, Chechen, Dagestan, Kazakhstan, the Soviet blood, true warriors. Yeah, there are some. There definitely is the influence on the common influence on all of those countries in sports. You have a favorite boxing fighter? Mine is Felix Trinidad. Yeah, no, Felix great, but as I said, I cannot tell you exactly one. There's so many great ones. Like my all-time favorite is Tyson. Then there come Roy Jones and Bernard Hopkins, and like Manny Pacquiao is one of the favorite ones. And, Alexander Usyk. And a lot of boxers are, yes, there's some of them because of their style, but some of them also like I combined with their personalities. George Foreman is one of the favorite ones. Sugar Ray Robinson of the very old school. Gervonta Davis, like his boxing is phenomenal. So yeah, it's really like there are many. Are you Jewish? No, I'm not. Okay, hi everyone, guys. Absolutely, Roy all the way. Agree. Smoking Joe Frazier. I mean, yeah, Joe Frazier, Ali, and Foreman was it like in that period? So Ali was knocked out by Joe, and then Joe was knocked out by Frazier, the Foreman, and then there was Ali versus Foreman. So it's like I think that was very, very saturated, very great era, like golden era of boxing, heavyweight boxing. You are not real, you're AI for sure. I don't know, like I'm just me. What's your favorite punching combo? I can show you. Not that many people, so it's not gonna attract too many eyes. So let's think about it. So jab, hook, uppercut. So like jab, hook, uppercut, for example. I like going to the stomach, like throwing jab, sleep, hook, 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 so triple hook, like kind of thing. And 1, 2, sleep. Cross, for example, is a good one. When you're just like, moving jab, cross, single punchers, and then just sleep, like uppercut, and then you kind of go overhead, like, or something mixed between overhead and the right hook. So like bump, bump, and finishing up with the hook. So, as I said, not a single favorite combo, but just few of the combos that there are certain reasons why I like them the way I do, because I think those are the ones that I execute the most efficiently and that give me the ability to produce the power. So yeah. Can you switch kick? Well, I don't do kicks in the boxing for sure, but I kind of can switch stances, but I never trained southpaw stance. I want to try certain things, but I'm gonna be able to try that more on the rather than practicing only on the back. Those are the things that I would try on the technical sparring. Mike Tyson, he threw that fight with Jake Paul. I mean, definitely was staged. Definitely was. It was staged. Like, I'm not saying Tyson is at his strongest. He's 60 years old, but have you seen how he works on the back, on the pads? His speed and explosivity still at the point. That was like not even 50% what we saw on the ring. Like that was nothing. Jab cross, body kick, lethal. You are real. Where are you from? I'm from Georgia. Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira, UFC 320. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking for. And honestly, I'll be honest, like Alex Pereira was not himself there. I don't know what was the reason, and I'm not taking that from Magomed Ankalaev. Magomed was good. He was well prepared, and he won. But it was not like that dramatic loss. And Alex Pereira managed to do like 7 takedown defenses. I think he did all the takedown defenses. And he was just not that offensive. And yeah, and people are saying Magomed outstruck him, but that's... I hope Alex Pereira comes back. I hope he still got it, because he's one of the tough guys. He's been through some hardships, and I really love... Alex Pereira is one of my favorite UFC fighters, so I definitely cheer for him. Do you know BJJ? A little bit, tried it, but I'm not the pro. You're strong? Do you have biceps? Everyone has biceps. It's just it's a muscle that helps you to bend your hand, bend your arm. I like jab cross hook knee. Well, that's more like a Muay Thai. I can believe my eyes anymore. I gets fooled by AI before. Sorry for that. I mean, that's okay. I can be an AI if it makes you feel better. How to start to working out as a beginner? Give some tips, beautiful lady. Well, you gotta start from. You gotta go to the gym. Especially if it's martial arts, like get to the community, get to know people, talk to the coach, explain to them that you're completely beginner, you want to start from the scratch. People in the fighting communities are usually very, very friendly. Yes, there are like pro sections that pros train with pros, but a lot of groups are amateurs, a lot of people are amateurs, so it's not gonna feel like weird, or you would not feel too much out of the like you're not gonna feel embarrassed or anything like that, which you shouldn't. And yeah, just start from the basics, like a lot of mirror work, a lot of technique, a lot of slower work. It doesn't have to be fast, doesn't have to be aggressive, and just gradually gonna get there. And just start showing up consistently. That is the best advice I can give you. Georgia in US? No, Georgia in the country. I try 3 times a week. It hurts so much. Haha. I worked on checking kicks. My shins are so bruised. Well, that doesn't feel good. I know how it feels, and it doesn't really feel good. Shout out to you though. Alex was too active that year. Maybe that was the reason. Maybe he was just worn out. You're like, you know how to throw a fist, and you know there is, you know, you can tell. You can tell. Thank you, Brandon. You ever beat up a guy? It wasn't beating up a guy, but that was kind of self-defense in school. I threw, and it was way before boxing, way before karate. I just threw like a right cross to the guy who kind of was not bullying me, but harassing me a little bit. And I kind of stood my ground, and that never happened again. Dude, he's a speed demon and he still has his power. Are you talking about Alex? Your name? My name is Diana. Bivol versus Usyk, 94. The best fight for the 2026. Yeah. Yeah, that's fight I would just watch for the sake of enjoying the boxing in its beauty. Okay, I'm not gonna even say, oh, who's gonna win or anything like that. Like, doesn't matter really to me. I hope they fight it, that it's a draw. Merab Dalship versus Corey Sandhagen, UFC 320. Merab, because of his stamina, like, he's not getting younger. They're more technically better fighters, but his stamina is something unbelievable, and his fighting experience. He's the true warrior. He knows how to hold pressure. He knows how to receive pressure. You know, he can endure those things, and yeah, he's gonna just wear him out, I think. Please advise the restaurant Tbilisi. Go any Georgian restaurant in the center. They all are good. They all are delicious. So this is a hand tattoo. Yeah, it's a dragon, a female face, katana. It didn't really cost that much. It was, I paid like 300 gel, which is $100. So yeah, that's how much I paid. Because in Georgia, tattoo. Also, I have tattoo master friends, so I got the major discount. But also, if you get tattoos in Georgia, that can be quite cheap. Thank you very much, Brandon. I always enjoyed boxing, but your passion for it makes me want to pay even more attention to it now. Yeah, take it slow, one step at a time. She's live, bro. You can be any age to learn that stuff. I think it just depends on if you want it or not. Yeah, I agree, Brandon. That's completely a fair point. MMA math never adds up. Corey lost to Umar. Umar lost to Merab. So Sandhagen versus Merab is up for grabs. Yeah, it never adds up. It happens. But as I said, I'm not just looking at math necessarily. I'm looking at the endurance. I believe a lot of people underestimate the factor of the endurance. If one fighter has the best cardio, not even in division, maybe probably in the entire UFC, they have a big, like a big card on their side. How you break your willpower and just will for a fight, you just gas out your opponent. How do you do that? You gotta have to, you need to have a bigger gas tank than they have. That's simple. So I always put the endurance, cardio endurance potential as the like a big aspect of the outcome, potential outcome of the fight. I tried to join unknown person says. Say my name. Hi, Ovice. Tried to join to the gym, but all the members, including the trainer, insulted me for my body. After that, I will work at home. Should I join the gym or do workout home? I mean, first of all, that is a shame that you had to experience that. It's completely outrageous and unprofessional and cruel. In the normal, in the better gyms, in the better community gyms, that's not gonna be a problem. There's not bullying. People just do their stuff, and trainers are there to help you, not to criticize and judge you or laugh at you. You can train at home if it works for you. You can do walking. Like, apart from gym, there are so many things you should do. But gym, for the resistance training, gym is good. If it's for the martial art training, gym is also good. You know, it's better to do gym at least a couple times a week. But you can do everything else. If you want to do other type of training, do outdoor training, do just walk a lot daily, just to have the baseline of activity and the minimal low impact cardio and calorie expenditure and all that kind of stuff. Tattoo Islam not allowed. It's haram. All sports. Well, I'm not Muslim, so I can have tattoos. The Mirab is known as machine for a reason. You're AI. I am AI. Okay, guys. Well, that's quite a 68% say that they want me to see. They want to see me doing motorcycling. So, in Kuwait, within the months, like the next month, we arrive to Kuwait on 28th of August, and it's probably gonna take some time. We're not gonna do it the first day straight away, but I'm going to talk to our friend Mo and talk to him too with a possibility to do that. We would make like a boxing video with him, like a training, and then we would do, yeah, that's how he would teach me how to do motorcycling. What country are you in? I'm in Vietnam at the moment. Make him burn up their energy. Yeah, exactly. You're extremely beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. I get more insults on my body at home than I get at the gym. I leave alone. That's a very good one. Great color. Shout out to you. And you know what, guys? I really recommend to you, if someone is making fun of you, try to make you feel humiliated and embarrassed, just laugh at yourself. Laugh at their joke. That's the best self-defense you can ever do. Learn how to not take other insults like seriously, and learn how to laugh at your own self. If you don't take yourself that much, that seriously, like, others cannot really hurt you. So that was a very good one. Like, I live alone and I get more judgment about my body at home than at the gym. It's a very good one. Smoother text sounds. Yes, Brandon, I agree. I'm new at your life. I also subscribe. Unknown person, thank you very much. It's very, very appreciated. Okay, Ovais Kureshi. I said your name, but please stop spamming. Vietnam girls, very petite, very adorable. Like, I think they're very, very adorable. If you could get a trainer or gym at home, I mean, I think some of the trainers do train people at home, but that might cost a little bit more. I cannot tell you about the wages. It also depends where you're from. There are also online options, like I do online training. Some people like doing the online training and follow online guidance. So there are many options. You can look into it in different ones. 4 months, practice mountain down, karate practice, thanks for you. I mean, if you're saying that you started practicing it thanks to me, that's great, and I really appreciate it, and I wish you to keep it up and keep getting better at it. Professionals, they're there to get your feet. That's what they paid for. Yeah, if someone is like fucking like making fun of you, like you should talk to the management and like actually make it even public. I'm not a fan of being Karen, but sometimes you're gonna turn on that Karen if there is a real reason. Because why like you're gonna stop gyms like that from harassing people. If someone is really literally shaming someone because they came to gym to become better, I think people should know about it. Thank you so much. I appreciate. You're welcome, boys. Once I start, do it every day. Yes, consistency is the key. How do Vietnamese feel about American nowadays? I don't see negative, aggressive attitude towards Americans. Absolutely not. I think one of the reasons is because it's not a bordering country, and Americans are like a, you know, they're just come as a tourists for many years now. So when was the war? Around 50 years ago. And I think in some region, some areas where they suffered the most from that war, probably they remember more. But in the bigger cities, and I have more of experience of the bigger cities, not that much. If you get any time, then how do you spend your free time? I don't know. When I try to have my free time off the social media and internet, and especially in the countries like Vietnam, just taking simple walk on the beach and just go and drink coffee. And I love sweets, so I would sometimes let myself drink coffee with a like cake or a cookie, and meet like I have some friends here. We meet some friends here and like see some friends. Me and Chris spend some time, like a lot of sometimes we just chill and have a nap. That's basically it. Listening and I like listening documentaries and the podcasts. That's like my primary way of learning. So I listen to audiobooks, podcasts, interviews, documentaries, and this is how I sometimes I combine my free time doing something like doing chores and listening at the same time for some things. Yeah, that's how I do it. Do you fight professional? Not now, but I'm looking forward to get back to it. Horse riding, USA Cali, I make a better after that. I don't know, but like one of the things I really want to try, and that's not impossible. Even in Georgia, horse riding is common, and I never did that. Like I really want to learn how to ride a horse. That's one of my dreams. USA Georgia, no, Georgia Tbilisi, Georgia the country. But okay, guys, poll is 68%. I'm ending the poll. They want me to. You guys want me to do the motorcycling video, and I'll do it. As I said, I'll talk to my friend and gonna start like delve more into the longer content, horizontal content. Make the proper videos with a engagement and storyline and fun and cool stuff. And we'll see how it goes. I want to make this channel useful and engaging and positive and interesting for you guys. So I'm gonna do my best there. I hope to see you fight profession. That will be awesome. Well, that's one of the things. One of the motivations that might sound a little bit funny, but was, you know what? I'm teaching so much people now about the boxing here, and why wouldn't I show them, okay, whatever I'm teaching that actually works? But to show them that it works, I actually have to have my fights on my own. So I thought, like, why not? Why wouldn't do I? And yeah, that's one of the ways how I'm gonna try to diversify this channel. But that still takes a preparation. And the first thing I would show you probably is some sparring. So when I'm gonna be able to do technical sparrings with others, that's where you're gonna be able to see some of my skill set that I use on the ring. And then further down the line, trying to figure out rather do amateur boxing or professional straight away. Depends on our schedule, on our traveling schedule, how it's gonna match up. Most people underestimate how much fun learning is. Yeah, you can make it fun. This is how I learned English. This is how I learned a lot of stuff. This is how I'm learning about boxing and mixed martial arts and everything else. It can be very, very fun if you make it that way. And your brain tends to perceive information way better when you don't force it in. Putting your technique to work, yeah, that's like in one important stage of competitive training. You train, you grind, you teach your brain new patterns, new neural patterns, and you just put it as the habit and make those combinations, that movement instinctive, and then you just try to put that on the ring and you practice there. That's why you do a lot of technical sparring. It's not like a heavy, unnecessarily heavy sparring. There's just no point. You're not going to learn that way. But if you do different types of tasks and technical sparrings, that can be very, very beneficial. And then the last stage of it is fighting, a real boxing fight. Cheers from Brazil. Hi. ГОС, я буду все еще не своим. I'm not sure exactly what you mean, Kirill. I like, when it comes to the Russian-speaking people, Georgian's okay as long as you try to be respectful of the culture. You actually want to, understand the culture and don't provoke anything. Because there are some Russian-speaking people who just come over and they feel like it's their backyard, and that's what pisses off Georgians. Hi, I'm from Bulgaria. Then you, my comment, forgot. Well, I missed some comments because it's still, there's so many. Obrigada, Brazil. Hi, Brazil. You're very talented. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's very sweet of you guys. Finally, I ended my coffee. Pull your shirt up and I'll give you $100. Well, you pull your shirt up. Let's see what you got. Don't overthink the channel content too much. Just be you and do your thing. You're top tier, Diana. A+ content. Thank you very much, Kyla. You're one of the sweetest people out there, and Kyla always says such a good stuff and encourages me. But I'm a planner. I'm actually a big time planner. I'm okay with switching plan and just kind of even giving up on the plan, but I like to plan and create a structure in my head. That's just how it works for me. So you really helped me today quite a lot, guys. I got some answers and some insight for myself that I needed to keep working on this channel. And yeah, what can I say? Thank you very much. I'll say go amateur first. You're for experience purposes. I completely agree, Jonathan. The only thing that wouldn't work is amateur boxing requires you're tied to the country you represent, and that's why the traveling might not be the thing. And we have so many things upcoming. We might end up in US. If I get visa approval, we might come to US for around 3 months. That might be even first visit. Yeah, so we might be all over. So if the federation rules, if it doesn't work, and if they say no, it's not going to work, you have to be here full time, that's one of the reasons it might not work. From the other hand, for pro boxing, I can just train as much as I need. I have people who are in the promotion. I actually have some American friends who are promoters, and they promote it in Asia, and they can do that in US as well. So finding a fighter, like boxers, to put me in the match up wouldn't be a problem. And building up the record gradually, with pro boxing, the positive is that you don't have to be you don't have to have that many fights in a year. You can have few, and the higher level you go, the more seldom you have it. Not a couple times a year is an optimal. Maybe 3 times a year is optimal. And yeah, basically, maybe that will be the past. To me, doesn't really matter. I just want to show you how, like, I just want to show you the journey, the training journey, the preparational journey, and the outcome. That's what I want to show you. That's my main motivation, honestly. Kyla says, tell him to pay up first. Yeah, pay up first. People pay things up front. Any book recommendation for us? I don't know, like 48 Laws of Power. I think that might sound like a cliche, and a lot of people say, oh, it's a red pill book. It's not. It's a very, very smart strategy book. Maybe Sun Tzu's the Art of War, like a war strategy and battle strategy book. I read some of it, not all of it, but it gives a good insight about just, it helps you to develop strategical mind. Literature, I read not a lot of, but some of the Russian literature in Russian. So like Dostoevsky, it's definitely worth it. Crime and Punishment, I think it's in English. Преступление и наказание, The Idiot, the Karamazov brothers. What else? I really loved Bulgakov book, Master and Margarita. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. It's a little bit mystical, and there is some biblical elements to it. So if it's like a literature, maybe trying those. Yeah, that's what comes to my mind. Diana, that's super. Thank you, Kirill. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. What about Thailand? I haven't been in Thailand, but really want to. So maybe next time we come back to the Southeast Asia, which we will 100%, Vietnam as well, we will take a look at in Thailand. Praying you all get to come to US soon. Thank you very much, Kyla. Like, fingers crossed. I wish you the best in your endeavors, Jonathan says. Thank you very much. Highly appreciate it, and all your support is giving me, keeps me motivated. Amazing that you read Dostoevsky, Gigi says. I think when you speak fluent Russian, that's like one of the, like worldwide, that might be like one of the books that not that many people read, but when you are fluent in Russian in that part of the world, that's one of the books that you kind of should read. I have wondered all my life, and I have also traveled. The difference between the two beings is this, that we wander for distraction, but we travel for fulfillment. That sounds like your wisdom. I guess, in my opinion, you gotta have a goal, a purpose. Without a purpose, we're just wandering around, and pretty much we're not feeling that, you know, we have all the puzzles, pieces of puzzles in. When you have a purpose for a living, your life becomes completely different. I'm even bigger fan now that I know that you like Russian literature. Haha. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, it's, yeah, like that's one thing I definitely like about Russian, is like Russian literature. It's very insightful. I also, the one interesting, very, it's also quite a mysterious book by Gogol, Nikolai Gogol, Мертвые души, Dead Souls. And that book, I think it wasn't finished. At least so far, I was reading it and then just cuts off, because I think he never managed to finish it. And that meant life was very mysterious, so that might be interesting one to read. Какие мультики смотрела в детстве? Which like animations you were watching as a child? Yeah, I mean, it was mixed. I was watching Russian translation of Disney, like Phineas and Ferb, Cartoon Network animation, Nickelodeon, like so much stuff. But also when it comes to Russian animation, I've seen Детский мир. Remember that channel would creep me out. So there was Disney, there was Cartoon Network, and there was like Детский мир. In English, it's the children's world, and like, so it's like your purely Russian animations versus the Western animations. Man, it was so way more creepy. I love it now. It's like so crazy, but the style of animation, the narrative, like you would watch and it's like, what is that? Like that would give me nightmares. But things like Nu Pagadi was, I mean, funny and cool animation. That was more like a positive one. Um, but yeah, there were the ones that were quite creepy and creeping me out. The Western animation, the animated movies, the series that was quite creepy was the Courage, the Cowardly Dog. That one was creepy as well, but I loved it. Powerpuff Girls. So many things I've been watching. I think when it comes to animation, yes, I watch all of it in Russian, but it kind of gave me, you know, the culture. So it wasn't completely isolated that I was like fully raised on the, you know, post-Soviet and Soviet type of television. It was a mix, but with the Russian translation. Who is the worst fighter in UFC lightweight? I can't respond that question. There are like lower ranked or unranked fighters, but you can't say that like the worst. Okay. Hi from America, Dylan. Hi. It's the yin yang effect. Yeah, that's yin yang. It's the balance in the world, and one thing that really we do need in the world is the balance. Такая начитанная кайф. Well, in my field, I read some stuff. Okay, I'm not a how you call that, like a bookingist. I know, so like some of my friends, they're reading, they have read so much stuff. I'll be honest, I'm not. I read some stuff, and I listened. Lately, I've been listening to the book. So for me, it's just easier to listen to the stuff and listen to the books. And I try to always educate myself and to get better. But there are so many things I haven't read, and I think it's like I felt quite embarrassed about it at some point because somehow like there's some people who just read all the time. I wasn't one of those people. I had periods when I would read a lot, but then with my lifestyle, training, running around, going to the mountains, I just realized that for me it's easier to have headphones and just be, do that at the same time with some other activity. Doofenshmirtz, Evil Incorporated. I'll look it up. Fyodor Dostoevsky is my favorite, as well as I want to do research on him, but teachers make the lectures so tough, which makes me think to give up. Why should you give up? I mean, it's literally one researcher. We use AI to do a proper research and just do it. 90s cartoons were totally unhinged, and I tell you, Soviet and Russian animation cartoons were even more unhinged. You're cute. What's the accent from? Thank you very much. It's Georgian accent, I think. I try to learn generic English, but it's a combination of American. I watched a lot of British and some Australian stuff, and I guess my Georgian and Russian languages affect my accent as well. So it's just, I would say, Eastern European. При этом ты говоришь прекрасно на 3 языках, я по сравнению с тобой бактерия. Kirill, don't be that strict on yourself. I mean, yes, I speak 3 languages, but 2 of them I learned when I was a child because both of my family, they spoke both languages, and English I learned myself. But it just, it's like everything else, it took some practice. So, yeah, you shouldn't feel yourself like less, okay? I think it's just, we all are good in some things, we all are better in some things, and we're relatively not as good in some other things comparing to others, and that's fine. You look like my grandmother. That's sweet. I know a girl from Georgia. Cool. What's her name? I just really want to know. So Georgia is Russian. No, it's not. There are a lot of cultural influence, like TV shows and stuff, like some channels, that kind of stuff, but not like on the main Georgian channel. I'm talking, it's like a satellite, or you're gonna have to get the package. But yeah, not like, and also like those packages, it's not like Russian channels are ingrained in Georgian channels, not like nothing like that. Georgian channels are Georgian channels. If you just go, you don't have satellite, any other package, you just watch Georgian channels. And if you get package, usually it has some Western channels and Russian channels and some Turkish channels. Sometimes it's just like it creates a bigger mix. Is your husband a fighter as well? No, he was in extreme sports, skydiving, base jumping, and proximity wingsuit flying. Basically, that's what he used to do. But now I'm training him in boxing, and he's practicing some kicks and a little bit of kickboxing elements, and he's doing good. Так я в Америке 3 года живу, только понимать научился. Well, you understand me quite well. Kirill says that I live in US 3 years, but I learned only to understand, and he's like watching me talking, like yapping quite fast. So I think you're just being shy, and you just get to start to practice and just don't worry about how it's gonna sound, because if you can understand the language, that's it, you can speak. It's just about being shy and, maybe being afraid of get embarrassed or something like that. So you just gotta start practice. I understand what you're saying. She looked like 007, lucky happy. Boys don't fail in love, you'll get punch. Well, my husband is also like, so sometimes guys, people troll and they say some things about I really don't. I have very protective nature. When someone says about something negative about someone I love, like I really want to kind of like, confront them. But then I remember that they actually wouldn't be able to tell that to my husband face to face, most of people, because he's quite big, he's quite fit, he's strong, he can be reckless when it comes to like dangerous situation. He's been in dangerous situations, he knows how to fight, how to protect himself and stuff like that. So yeah, like it's part of the negative side of the social medias. People just forget that real life is not a keyboard. Oh, nice. I used to be a military man in the Marines. I mean, like I have a huge respect to all military people. That is resilient, strong, disciplined, people who understand what is the sacrifice, and yeah, like huge respect to everyone who serve. And I did some military type of training for civilians, and I had some access to very interesting stuff. Like for instance, I've been shooting from RPG, and I've been shooting from the machine gun, and like stuff like that. I've been shooting from both like civilian version, like Armalite 15, AR-15, and M16 and AK. Like I had experience with that with some military, and like huge respect to people like that. I would say thank you for your service, despite wherever you are from. Oh, Prime Tony or Habib never happened. Probably a beep. But Prime Tony, like Tony's problem was he was always a little bit unhinged, and I think he always had a little bit tendency for mental issues, unfortunately. And now you can clearly see the CTE signs. It's very sad to see how he's. It's very sad to see how it affects his family. But I think I would pick Habib. What do you want to be when you are little? Well, it's different stages. I want to be a Superman. I want to be a ballerina. And yeah, I want to be many things. You can beat you Jack without getting Jack. It's funny. Kirill, thank you very much, and you're very sweet. Oh shit. RPG, I almost got killed by those things, Afghanistan. Well, I've seen how it lands, and we were doing targeting the just like I think it was like the pieces of the car, like the old one, obviously non-functional, and yeah, it was like holding it, and you like, because you gotta get in the stance, otherwise it's like it can knock you backwards and to like break the aim and mess the target. So yeah, it's been very interesting experience. Like I still remember the sense of it. It's very sincere. Thank you. Honey, focus on career growth. Trying to do that. You're nervous but excited. I think I'm quite chill. I feel quite comfortable in the live streams. Excuse me, but I gotta leave. My online class is about to start. I have liked and subscribed to your channel. My last question: when you come live? Thank you very much, unknown person, and I wish you all the best and the good day. And today in the evening, it's gonna be a karaoke night live, so feel free to join that one. It's gonna be in around 7-8 hours. Okay, Ray Bine, thank you for being here. Thank you very much. I also gotta go because my phone's gonna die in a bit, so I'm just gonna, yeah, respond to a few more questions and just gonna wrap up this stream. But guys, feel free to join for karaoke night later today. Today, meaning for Vietnam. Ask 5 times, but you're not reply. Okay, let me see, what did you ask me, because there are not that many comments. I can scroll up a little bit. No, I never want to be mean, always try to be nice, but I'm scrolling quite up and I don't see anything. Okay, no, I'm scrolling up and there is nothing. Do you live in Vietnam? How is life there? Yes, we have 1 more month here, and total it's gonna be like 9 months since we've been since arriving to Vietnam, and it's lovely, especially in the Trang. This is where we spent the most of the time. It feels like home, and I hope to be able to come back here as soon as possible and as frequently as possible. We probably gonna do it as the part-time base, unless next 2 years might be a lot of traveling all over, because there's so many opportunities happening, coming, and this YouTube channel is growing gradually and all of that kind of stuff. But when it's more like settled, I really do love Nha Trang. That feels like home. It really does. So absolutely recommend for you to visit it. It's also way more affordable than Ho Chi Minh and Hanoi, that are capital, bigger cities. And it is coastal city, very beautiful, very nice, very affordable. People are also amazing. Peace out, Red Hat. Have a great day. Have a great day, Jonathan, yourself. I love her braces. I am a little bit tired of my braces. I really want, like, my teeth are already getting good. It has like a little more work has to be done, and I hope by the time I'm in Georgia, I might need to wear them a little bit longer and then take off, put the retainers, and shine with the pretty smile. Going to Far East Asia to train for martial arts sounds so epic. Yeah, it's well, especially if you go to Thailand for Thai training, Muay Thai training, absolutely worth it. I haven't been there, but so many friends that train there. There's some Georgian friends that currently train in Phuket, and yeah, it's similar climate. It's not exactly the same as Vietnam, but it's has its even there's some things that are even better about Thailand. Some things maybe Vietnam has better, but it's pretty much the same climate, same vibe in some things. Food is maybe not exactly similar, but it's not very far from each other. So yeah, that like being you know, if you come to Southeast Asia, travel to Vietnam, to Thailand for sure, to the islands like Indonesia, Bali, and Lombok. Um, that those places are worth to check. Well, guys, I don't know what you mean as please say. I really don't. Okay, guys, but I have literally few percentages on my phone. So I'm just gonna start wrapping it up. Thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the super chat donations that helps to grow the channel. I appreciate your presence in the live stream. Thank you for helping me to figure out what to do next with the channel, add up some long form, horizontal type of videos, and which kind of content to add up. So I'm very, very excited and looking forward to do all of that. Kirill says that I would love Miami, and I think so. Like, I think Miami. Okay, I know. Like, to me, Miami. I've seen Dexter, like the the series about the serial killer who takes out the bad guys. So, like, to me, Miami thing is like associated with that, and I like watching how the vibe, the environment, a lot of Latinos. You know, there's like Miami is very close to like Cuba, so very very like interesting. I think I would love to live there. Take care, Nick. Thank you very much for being here. Kyla, other than being irritated about being timed out, it was another fun one. Thanks for doing this, Diana. Kyla, thank you for being here, and like it's always a pleasure to engage with you guys. Спасибо за stream. Kirill, thank you very much. I appreciate you. And yeah, guys, join for the next stream today for Vietnam at least. It's gonna be in it's gonna be a karaoke night. It's already scheduled, so you can look it up. And I see you there. Take care. See you at the karaoke night. Bye bye.